Good evening, everyone. It's a red and white deck on Arena here at Tpull's Corner. Travis here saying hi. And this was sort of an evolution on what I was originally planning to do. What I've been wanting to do for quite some time is just make a burn deck. And the environment didn't really allow for it. We have to put up with stuff like this all the time instead. I think I wait and see what they cast. That should work. Never not having the shock when they need it. Let's get rid of the flyer. This is tapped, right? Yeah. Gain life there. We'll lose it in a second, but that's fine. I needed to get some more land out. We need some ammunition. They got their ammunition. Okay, we bring you down. Lightning Helix. Let's go ahead and get rid of Enduring Curiosity. It'll come back as the enchantment. We're still over 20 health though, so we've got a chance. No blocks. Churn and burn. Okay, didn't get enough mana for that. Let's go ahead and put this down, and we'll see if they have something to burn. They do. What else do they have? Nothing? Whatever they were thinking, they let that one go by. Gained a little bit of life. These are all cheap spells, right? Just 3, maybe with the kicker 5. Oh, look, a 4 cost. have another turn inside out quickly enough. I like that they tapped out. I do like that they tapped out. They've had enough card draw out of all this. They just play another card that gives them card draw. Nearly gone through half their deck already. I am such a slacker compared to them. They're having tough decisions here on what to throw away. Ouch. Let's give him the old one too. Do they have an unsummon? Okay. Okay, we just need them to cast this now. They're blue. You have to wait. So yeah, back in the original days, we did burn decks all the time. Load up with fireballs and lightning bolts and shocks, and just see if we could hit the opponent in the face faster than anything else that they could get going on. And I don't know how effective they were. We didn't have easy means to track statistics the way we do now, but they were popular anyway. And the way things developed, mono red aggro kind of took over. We'd always had to worry about weenie decks before, but mono red aggro specifically began to dominate the format. And I may do an entire video about that sometime. It was kind of inevitable, and it's not going to stop because Wizards won't change the way they design sets and the way they design their cards. And they've inculcated so many things that are internalized now that they don't even see the problem, even though we've pointed out the problem. But for a couple of years on Arena, you know, I could get away with the burn deck, but lately it didn't seem like I could. So I was trying to figure out, you know, after Bloombarrow and Duskmorn, I was going to look through the cards and see, is there a way to do a burn deck? And then Foundations came out, and like the very next day, like a dozen people all had the same burn deck on YouTube. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we can do a burn deck now. I'm not going to bother with that. But I'd had a card that I wanted to play around with, Heartflame Duelist, and I found out I didn't have a single copy this whole time, so I burned 4 rare wild cards to get it. And those were the only wild cards I needed to burn to make my deck. But I call the deck Heartburn, because it's still kind of a burn deck, and Heart for the Heartflame Duelist. But it's really a creature burn deck. It's meant to burn away all their creatures. And I do that with instant and sorcery spells that do damage. And hopefully I have a Heartflame Duelist. Oh, hello. Why did you time out? You had me down to 5. You had a castable spell. You had something to help you with the board state. And you had more cards in hand than me. You had things like this that if you drew them, you could get me near to death in one turn. And they left. Interesting. Let's go ahead and show you everything. Heartburn. I may still do a burn deck. Burn decks are attractive to me. Okay, so we've got a number of board wipes in here. We've got 2 potentials here with Final Showdown to destroy all creatures. If I have 6 mana, I can do the board wipe. If I have 7, I can make one of my creatures indestructible and keep them around. In addition to that, I have 1 Fumigate, destroys all creatures. I gain life for each creature destroyed that way. And Starfall Invocation, destroy all creatures. And if I do give them a gift, I can return a creature card from my graveyard onto the battlefield. So I've got like 3 spells maybe that get me Heartflame Duelist back onto the battlefield when I want. And a lot of the other stuff is gaining me life no matter what I do. So let me give you the overview real quick. Kind of a cheap deck, right? Only 2.5 mana average. I kept 24 lands. That may be a mistake because I notice I'm stalling out a lot where I'll get 7 or 8 lands and then I just start flooding out with lands and nothing else to do. But we have 3 Brightblade Stoats, 2/2 with First Strike and Lifelink. This is kind of power creep. In the old days, like when Magic started, the standard was a 2/2 green bear, right? And blue wouldn't even get a 2/2. They'd have to get something. They'd have to settle for a 2/1 or a 1/2. And then over the years, we'd get something like a 2/2 for only 2 that had Lifelink. Or we got a 2/2 with First Strike, like the White Knight. We were used to that. But now we got a 2/2 with First Strike and Lifelink, which means you probably wouldn't even use a White Knight anymore. It's just considered 2. 4 Destroy Evils. Destroys target creature with toughness 4 or greater. This is also the way to get rid of enchantments. I don't think I have any way to deal with artifacts. So artifacts is a weak point for this deck. Ariet's Lullaby. Destroy target tap creature. You can see I'm gaining life there. 2 Essence Channelers. This is all I have. 2/1 Bat Clerics. If you've lost life, it gets Flying and Vigilance for the turn. Whenever you gain life, it gets a counter. When it dies, those counters go on another target creature you control. 1 Exercise. Okay, so I have 1 way to exile 1 target artifact, but I'm usually using it on a creature or an enchantment. Okay, the Heartflame Duelist. I always want to use the Heartflame Slash, the adventure you see to the left, as an instant. 3 damage to any target, so if nothing else, I'll throw it at the enemy's face, and then I'll bring this into play. All instants and sorcery spells you control have lifelink, but the way that lifelink works off of damage, funny enough. Which you wouldn't necessarily think in terms of a keyword called lifelink. But yeah, lifelink only works if you hit something, if you hurt something. So it doesn't matter what. But for example, if I use Form of Posse and I have 4 extra mana, so I have 6 total, and I create 4 mercenary creature tokens while the Heartflame Duelist is out, this spell does no damage to anybody, so I don't get any life out of it, even though it's a sorcery. So, but if I do something like Brotherhood's End that deals 3 damage to each creature, that's going to deal some damage, and the 3 damage per creature is going to give me 3 lifelink from the lifelink attribute. So just keep that in mind. Most of these spells, except for the 1 copy of Form of Posse, actually do damage. Volcanic Spite does 3 damage. You notice I can target a Planeswalker with this. Lightning Helix is any target, so again, Planeswalkers are valid targets. And if Heartflame Duelist is out, I'm going to gain not just 3 life, I'm going to gain 6 life, because I'll gain the normal 3 life, and then the 3 damage from Lightning Helix now is considered to have lifelink. One last job. I don't care about the other 2 parts of the spree. It's only to return a target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. Union of the Third Path. Draw a card, then you gain life equal to the number of cards in your hand. You love to get these at the very beginning of your match as much as possible. Heirloom Battleham has a white kicker. If you can kick it, then you gain 4 life. If I have Heartflame Duelist out, I'm going to gain 8 life. It's only good against creatures or planeswalkers, not to their face. 1 little mini board wipe with Brotherhood's End. I can also use this on artifacts, so there are 2 spells in here that can destroy artifacts. And then Emerge from the Cocoon, 5 cost, return target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield, gain 3 life. 1 Demolition Field like I always do, and I do have 2 Restless Bivouacs, which can come in handy from time to time. I do have an Autonomous Furnace and Fair Basilica, and I'm afraid to put in more because it's important that I don't have too many tapped lands. The meta is fast enough with this that most of the time I'm going to need the untapped land to do something. So yeah, the deck's called Heartburn because it gains me life I'm mostly burning the creatures, but I can target them. Let's see, I don't really have a 2-drop, so it's okay to wait. We can scry away an expensive spell and try and get a third land if we have a chance. Yeah, give me a land. That's not a land. Has to go away. Because I've got almost an entire handful of uncastable spells against an opponent that just... You know what? What if I wait and use Ariad's Lullaby? That's good. That's a better target for Lightning Helix anyway. Three damage. Get my life back. That comes in tapped anyway, so we'll destroy that creature, get 2 life. And now we can power up the Duelist if we want to next turn, or maybe, preferably we'd like to burn these unions now, if we have the time. But you know what? I think it's more important to remove the creature. Let's gain some life instead. Was hoping that was a land. Hey, a land. Okay, so if we... I don't have enough energy. Let's go ahead and put this down. They know we have it. I'm being kind of greedy here. This would have been easier if I'd had just one more land. I'm going to pay for this. They always have it. They have the shock. Ouch. Up above 20 again. Take that. You're going to run out of spells. This rate. Ooh, nice. Ugh. For greater exile. Could a creature or planeswalker? Okay, that has to go. They went through all their ammo. You're done. You're cooked. You're trying to cook me, but it's going to be the opposite now. Oblivion Blade indeed. They can sacrifice the creature. So we're going to get rid of that first. Then, yeah, let's get rid of the other one. Oh no, we can't. We only have 2. Never mind. We're done. We'll wait. We can be patient. I'm going to need to get rid of this one. Lots of card draw. Okay, they're tapped out. So, 4, 5, 6. Auto pay. It would have been nicer if I could have had a duelist down. But you know what? We're nearly back to 20 anyway. Okay. Deals non-combat damage. Okay, we're just gonna destroy everything. And pass the turn. That's 2 Niv Mizzets. Wait. Okay, get the 3. I did that because now I can go 3 to face. Bam! Gain life out of that. Oh, they're not gonna like me. Goodbye, Oblivion Blade. How many cards did they get through? 35 cards left. I did 37, so we did pretty good. They tried to do an aggro deck with a lot of burn. They weren't prepared to deal with my heartburn. There's something about this deck. You know, sometimes if you had a bad day and you're not going up against a burn deck yourself, like say you're just going up against green creatures or something and you manage to board wipe a couple of them, I could get my life up to like 50, 60 points. And I know technically that's a waste because your life points are a resource. And you should be using them for things. Did I manage to say hello back? Hello, hello. Let's have a good game. Ew, gross. Okay, I can't burn them now. Let's put down the Essence Channeler. They'll get a life out of it. But I can pump up the Essence Channeler for 1. This is a popular card. Crystal Barricade already. This is usually what Arena puts out against me if they want me to lose, because I can't do any damage straight to their face. But I can do this already. I can kick it, 4 damage. I gain the 4 life. I get a point of damage. I get to attack. So ideally you'd like to have the duelist down to get the benefit of the life gain from that, but you do what you have to. Oh, there goes my lightning helix. If they were smarter, they'd take the Heartflame Duelist, but they're going to see the lightning helix and they're going to get distracted. That's my guess. They did take that one instead. I'm surprised. Nurturing Pixie is not going to be good for them. Okay, so next is another Essence Channeler. We'll gain 1 life out of that. And then we pump up both of our channelers, and we get our creature back. And now if they kill one of the Essence Channelers, we get to put the counters on the other one. They're already looking at chump block. Excellent. Now with Orzhov colors, with white and black, we have to worry about both... Oh, hello. That's nice. They did all 2 or less. I like that. That's good deck construction, right? That was perfect timing for them. Oh shoot. Prevent all non-combat damage. I forgot. I was so used to the Crystal Barricade not being there. Okay, so we can attack with this. Am I really not going to draw any more land? At least I didn't lose the spell. It didn't go into the graveyard. It counted as a successful spell draw. Okay, I guess we need to use this to get rid of the barricade. No, right here. Right. Bring this puppy down. Attack with this. They let it through. They just figure they can get all the life back up top. Tiny bones. Okay. All I need is one burn spell. I'm not getting it. Okay, good. We get rid of tiny bones. That's good. Counters go on the stoat. And it's life gain versus life gain now. They're not attacking. I have one of these, right? I could make it a 2/2. I don't really have anything better to do. That pumps up the Essence Channeler. These two can't block at all. And they got a lot of lifelink. I got some. They're not using their lifelink though. I am flooding out. Aha, finally. Four power first strike. Life is good. As long as they don't mill my next card, we're going to be golden. Okay, that's just a chump block now. There you go. Okay, so they get rid of the land. What they're doing is they're keeping their Death Toucher to stop the Essence Channeler. Ah, there we go. Nope, they're still not using their life linkers. I think that's a mistake. Get rid of the Deep Cavern Bat. We gain life. Because that spell has lifelink. We use this against the Nighthawk, we gain life. And life is good. Literally and figuratively. You notice a lot of these matches, it seems like we could very easily get into trouble, but we're pulling it out each time. It's a different type of burn deck. If you're used to playing Magic from the old days, or you like the new stuff that Foundations has allowed with the new version of a burn deck we can do, or maybe you're tired of playing mono red aggro, I'd recommend this deck. Essence Channeler. They already got Valgavoth on their first turn again. Ugh. I don't think I included any graveyard hate in this deck. With Foundations, there's a spell that only costs 4 that can reanimate. That's not a bad card, but I need 6 lands, so I do need a lot more land. They're paying the life to get rid of that now. That seems almost desperate, but use the tools you got. Fabled Passages to just thin their deck. We like that land. We need 5 to bring this creature back ourselves. Union, that's a good card, I think. Ugh. We lost 2 of them. What did they lose? What do we get rid of? One last job. This actually looks like one of my decks. I just don't have Valgavoth yet. Of course, it's a tap land. I can't target that. And then they just sit pretty. And they're using my deck against me now. That's just messed up. Right on time. As soon as I get one, they get the other back. Nope, can't do anything. Pass. I need one of my other board wipes. I had at least 3 others I can get. They really got everything in the exact order that they wanted. We will just get rid of the enchantment. We've got so much land too. And we're done. Drew the land. You can only win so many times. And then Magic gives you the Reanimator deck. I've stayed away from a lot of the Reanimator decks just because they seem too easy. But I have been getting more into the self-mill stuff and that kind of thing lately. You give me all the special lands up front. They've got blue, so they're going to take extra time to think. Need land? That's a castable spell. We'll try it. I don't have high hopes. This is really something you want to save for later. And this usually means they have counter spells. So, we gotta do something. If not a counter spell, then it's removal. Everybody's still using cut downs, huh? Yeah, it's cheap removal.
I learned
Okay, we got us a planeswalker.
I love a dramatic edge. I thrive in the dark.
And he has hexproof, right? During your turn, one or more, he has hexproof. I mean, let's just do this for now. Build up our life gain a little bit.
I just hate a fair fight.
There's nothing really I can do against Kato. I mean, I could do that, but it's not enough. I would need 2 in a row.
I thrive in the dark.
I've got to assume he has counterspells too. That's like 4 cards he's not doing anything with. We'll try this. We used up all of our energy.
I'm not scared of you.
Okay, so the only way I survive is if I get another one of those. The very next turn. Right?
Never underestimate my skills.
That didn't do it. We can't block the 4 damage that's flying though. Well, they got a turn 4 Kaido and that's all it took. They found our kryptonite. Two of those spells would have done it in a row. Maybe I should have used Lightning Helix on him. We sort of need the Arena Wizards to help us with our card draw instead of getting them their on-curve perfect card that's immune to everything in our hand. Alright, we can scry now. We take that. We hope they're a little slow. They've got all these extra cards. We just want a couple of turns where we do Union of the Third Path and get a lot of health and draw some other cards. 3 colors at least. Let's see if they're a 5-color deck. Just 3 colors? Okay. This is an instant, so we can wait on it. Let's do this now. Let's do this. $35 life. Life is good. Authority of the Consuls again. Man, that is a popular card. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to hit him. Get all those cards in their hand. We're just going to gain more life. Woo! That's nice. Aha! They did something. Give me 6 more life, please. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Now we're gonna do stuff. Two? Gross. What do we want to do? Well, first we want to gain a lot of life. And then we want to attack with this, because it has first strike. And they take it, and Chandler gets even more. I don't mind if they kill the Chandler, I'll just put the counters on the Stoat. Okay. Three damage. First strike. Kills Shieldred. Duelist comes out. Aww. Aww. See if they trade with the assassin. Nope. Just let me pump up the Chandler. Alright. Does nothing cost more than 5 in this entire deck? Oh, thank you. Now I can beat the assassin. I can't believe they did that. Alright. They chump block. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can do this. You come back. Gain 3 life. Do 3 damage to you. Go ahead and cycle this. Perfect. I don't think they have artifacts, and my creatures are all toughness 3, so... They got life gain and card draw. I'm not getting my specialty lands that I want. They can just keep chump blocking. Oh, they just take that one. Okay. I'm starting to peter out. I'm running out of ammunition. I've got 69 life. Do I just chill for a minute? Why are they not even bothering to block? Oh, that's lovely. Let's get rid of that. I mean, if they block with everything... No, they're just going to chump block. Okay. Woo! Oh, perfect. Auto pay. All of you get destroyed. Mine is indestructible. Life is good. That was a 7-cost demon. Here I am just flooding out with land again. We got a 4-turn clock left. Yeah, we'll do it. It's more life, right? It's just another land. Okay, we're in trouble now. We didn't have any way to get rid of Primeval Bounty. We're stuck. There we go. That is important. Back up to 13 again. Okay, we've got a couple of things we can do against creatures. We got something we can do if they have a special land. They got me down to 89 life. Whatever am I gonna do? Another lifelink. Autopay. Do you have a protective spell? They do. I still gain the 4 life. Have a card. Do I not have any creatures? I gave them a card for nothing. I have Heartflame Duelist. Destroy all creatures. If a gift was promised, return a creature. Didn't I give them the gift? What did I do? I'm going to have to review the tape. I've got a creature right there in the graveyard. Did I select the wrong part of that option? I thought I saw them get a card. Oh, shoot. I misread this. Return a creature put in your graveyard this way. So it only works if I had the creature on the graveyard and I kill it with the Starfall Invocation. I forgot about that. I knew it at a certain point and then I forgot. Never mind. We're not confused anymore. We just weren't paying attention. I have 2 of the bivouacs. Out of all the land that I'm drawing, I'm not getting that one. How did you get Hurling Battle Hymn? That's my card. Is their whole goal just to... Oh, hello. Now we find out what they were doing. Alright, what do we got? They have... It's a mirror match. They have a Heartflame Duelist in their deck. I have never come across anybody playing this card. Arena found the one person that's using it besides me. This has Vigilance, so I can't destroy it with tapped. This does not. I've got nothing to sacrifice. Destroy all creatures. Destroy all creatures, I said. Destroy all creatures. No. That doesn't do any good. Why would you bother with that? That doesn't stop anything. These people are weird. Don't like that one. Gain 2 life and draw a card. I already used up my board wipe. And all I do is draw a land. And another land. I actually can't do anything against these guys now. They got lifelink in the sky. And I can't stop the Shroud Stomper. All those cards. How many lands did they get? 7, 3, 6, almost the same amount as me. I've only got 20 cards left. And they're not even going to attack with the Shroud Stomper. There's Restless Bivouac. Too late. Too late for you. How many board wipes have I used? So I've got another final showdown. I basically need the final showdown. $18 cards left. They could probably kill me in 3 turns if they really worked at it. This does me no good anymore because of this spell. And I just drew a land. And they're not drawing any lands really anymore. They're just drawing spell after spell after spell. I actually this is like what, a 220 something card deck. I have more lands than they do. All of this is all creatures and spells. And we draw another land. Thank you, Arena. Thank you for just making me draw land after land after land. My life total was so high, too. Alright, this one's going to be different. I can feel it. It's regular deck size. Life could be interesting. We start the clock. If they don't have life gain, they've only got 9 turns left to do things. Piece of cake. Piece of cake, right? This, if they have other spells that can get this slasher back out of the graveyard, and I don't get a way to destroy this enchantment, they could completely destroy me. They didn't even try. Alright, I don't want the video to run too long. We'll go ahead and call it there. Heartburn. If you don't have this card yet, it's a fun card. That's all I'm going to say. So, I may do another burn deck that's actually a real burn deck, But this was kind of cool just to burn away their creatures and still have so many different ways to gain life, and have a couple of ways that you could go ahead and bring your creatures back from the graveyard as well, because we only had 9 creatures. And so you could see we were putting out so few creatures during the match that when it got to the mid-game, we would just flood out with lands, basically. And that was even having, like 4 of the Union and a third pass in there to help us with the card draw. And for some reason, the couple of draw lands that we have, they came up at the wrong times. Like, I would scry and I'd have to throw that one away instead of use it to draw. But, and also, in all my playtesting, Restless Bivouac came up a lot, and I used it a lot. And I noticed that today only showed up once or twice, and that was it. And other than that, I was like desperately hoping for it to show up many, many turns earlier, because that's another couple of creatures for me. But yeah, just the little synergy here, the little combination of getting the Duelist down and seeing you be able to cast a Lightning Helix or a Kicked Battle Hymn and get all that life back. It's pretty cool. I think it worked out pretty well. So what do? We do what we always do. We thank our Patreon, Sajik. Thank you. We ask you to like, we invite you to subscribe, and we invite you to take the deck out for a spin yourself. See if there's anything you want to change up. See if you want to include some graveyard hate in there. See if you want to include something more against artifacts, perhaps. See if you want to put in something that will get rid of Valgavoth if you don't have 3 permanents already on the field. Let me know what you do, and we'll do something different for you next time. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.